Happy Friday and welcome to episode 160 of the weekly recap. Today we have a special edition, and my guests are Safiya, that you already know from the community, and she has been part of the recap for so many times, so she doesn't need any introduction. And we have AZ, who is a new face in the recap. Andrey, would you like to give us a short introduction of yourself?
Okay, while I'm a new face, I hope that I'm kind of whole-timer here at Veeam because I've been with the company for almost going to have my anniversary in 2 weeks, almost 12 years. I've been a
Wow.
part of product strategy team for like a good chunk of that. And yeah, I'm a technologist for product strategy. I do cover a lot of things inside of Veeam, but mostly Veeam backup for Salesforce for the last 2 years. So, anyways, happy to be here with you here, and yeah, let's have a good chat.
Thank you very much for accepting to be with us. So a new face for the recap, but not a new face in view, right? So yeah, thank you for giving us an introduction on that. So is everyone ready to have some good fun going over some great content shared at the hub this week? We had a lot of great content. But wow, wow, that's a cool background in there,
Yeah.
Andre. Thank you for that. Great show. Um, so, okay, let's just start. Today, we're going to have like 4 articles we're going to go over. We are going to break the rule as we have a special edition as well. So, let's just start with the first one. And the first one is from one of our solutions architects, Johan, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. The article is on HyperV 2025, but before that, I just want to mention that this is the first time, at least from what I can recall, that we are mentioning Johan in the weekly recap. And I just want to say welcome, and hopefully, we're going to see him more often at the hub. And, like, he's talking, as I said, about Hyper-V 2025 and with the several recent changes in the virtualization market. Johan is discussing what's next for Microsoft Windows Server and Hyper-V. And he's sharing some new Hyper-V features that are going to be released in 2025 and are related to GPU partitioning, dynamic processor compatibility, network ATC, SND multi-site, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to go over all that list. That's a very long list right there. And he's also referring to the new Server 2025 features, as you can see in the second paragraph, I believe. And then he mentions one particular feature and he's kind of highlighting the importance of that, the refs native dedupe based on block cloning, telling us that Veeam has supported block cloning on refs for years. And his advice is to use it to save money on the expensive disks, but do not use it for backup storage. And then he's also sharing some really good links in there. One of them is on how to instant recovery to Microsoft Hyper-V, as well as a link on how to host backup processing. That would be actually when he started in the first paragraph, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, really good documentation in there. So really advise you to check it out all. But I would like to know, Andre, what are your opinions? Any thoughts on this article?
Yeah, I have too many thoughts about it. It just yeah, you're right, Mary. Our industry and especially virtualization market is going through some interesting change right now. Sometimes it's because of innovation. Sometimes it's because of one company doing something disruptive, or sometimes it's because one company like acquiring some other companies and doing even more destructive things. So anyways, it feels like Hyper-V is back on track again. It's first of all, it's a good sign. I do believe in in market power when one product is like having some turbulence, another product should be kind of benefiting from it. And I'm all for like multi like products in our environments. So it feels like with this HyperV 2025, I truly like it personally, because to me, I remember the stories of Microsoft being 100% focused on Azure. I don't know, like 6, 7, 8 years ago, they said no more like good stuff for HyperV. Everything would be kind of essential part of Azure going forward. But now, hey, look, with all the VMware uncertainty, they seem to have decided to come back on track with Hyper-V, and I'm all for that. So it's really good to see them actually putting an effort, making an effort, and he listed a lot of features that might be interested for regular virtualization administrators. It just, I guess, my main take from here is that we've been heavily investing into Hyper-V. We followed Microsoft, and in Veeam we always had those like things and features, capabilities related entirely towards Hyper-V, and we've been always like promoting the importance of data mobility. So this is really important for us, and with this Hyper-V coming back, and with us supporting Hyper-V and actually supporting the migration from VMware to Hyper-V, the vice versa, I think it's important. I know many people would take a look at this particular feature, especially since the early build is out already, and they are going to deploy it more, and they are going to see how it could like potentially take some of the workloads that they are running, and they are going to play with it and hopefully use Veeam for this as well. So I'm like generally I'm seeing a lot of disturbance, but I'm generally excited for the market and for those changes. As my manager used to tell me, change is good. So we have to adapt, we have to think about it, and Hyper-V 2025. Let's see what Microsoft has up on their sleeves.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Really great points, Andrey. And that just got me, because Safiya and myself, we're going to have like a webinar tomorrow, a live stream with Gayside. And I just recall from last year, one quote that we found at the Pulse conference: imagine new possibilities, just to be aligned with what you said, adapt and think about new possibilities. So I think you are right with that. And like I feel like Johan also, like as you were saying, like Hyper-V is back, but like they said, there is one good article in there written by somebody from Microsoft, and they said like Hyper-V is here to stay. So they said like this is such a powerful, one of the really powerful solutions we have at Microsoft. So yeah, I believe all your points are great, and thank you for that. So thank you, Johan, as well, for all the updates. That was a great article. We appreciate you for that. So moving forward to the next one, from one hypervisor to another hypervisor, we have Matt Crapin here. And now I'm really not sure if we ever called his name in the recap. Let us know, Matt. Maybe we did, but you are definitely one of our community supporters in here and helping out with community activities. Always ready to give a hand. So yeah, this time we are talking about Oracle Linux kernel-based virtual machine. This was just added to our long list of supported hypervisors. And Veeam Backup for Oracle Linux KVM and Red Hat virtualization is like a solution developed for protection and disaster recovery tasks for overt KVM environments. And Matt is taking us through the process of like, how do you install it, basically. He's giving us all the steps. He's even sharing with us some print screens. And the cool part is that when it comes to restoring data, there is a lot of flexibility, as Matt says, like backups can be restored back to Oracle Linux KVM, or you can choose to restore them to the public cloud, and or even perform an instant recovery to another hypervisor, like any of the hypervisors that are on that long list that I was talking about, like VMware, vSphere, Microsoft, HyperV, and Nutanix as well. So Matt shares some links to some useful documentation at the end of this article. I definitely suggest you to go over all that. Well, the first one is actually a link to go and install it, how to install it. The second one is actually the help center, where you have all the documentation about this. And then I'm pretty sure the last one was a Veeam R&D post, and there are some good information there. Product management is always like on top of all these updates, engaging with our customers and partners. So yeah, another thing to pay attention to is Veeam backup and replication. Will continue supporting RHV as a source until December 2026. I think that's how this article starts, but plenty of time to adjust and to change. But I think this is a good information that we should keep it in mind. What are your thoughts on that, Andrey? Very curious.
Yeah, well, you see, here's another good example of diversity on our market, right? We've been talking about HyperV, and now we're talking about KVM. Okay, okay, this is good. So it's not essentially what this article is about. It's not, well, it goes for the introduction as a new product. It's not a new product. We've been having support for Red Hat virtualization over the years, and we had the appliance up to version 4 already with cool features in it. But what happened on the market is that well, Red Hat decided for some reason to kind of discontinue this offering. But thank God it was it came to Oracle land, and now they're going to, well, they already renamed the offering, and it's going to kind of to coexist for some time until the end of 2026. But then it's, well, moving forward, it's going to be Oracle Linux KVM. So what's good is that we already had a product. It's just we were trying to make sure that within that transition between Red Hat and Oracle, there was no like major disruption or no major code change in the product that they have. So we've been testing our code, our product against the new one, and we found out that with like minor tweaks, everything went good. And so we are able to provide support for both of those platforms coexisting. And it's really good, again, for the community and for for people playing with different, let's say, hypervisors or KVM flavors, because they can choose something that is better for them, or looks better, or works better, or like most useful, most applicable, you name it. So yeah, we have a product, and now it's out. And if you're there, because I see comments, people being like saying, yeah, obviously I'm going to take a look. I'm going to have to run it in my home lab. I'm going to test it. That's good. That's what it's community all about. We need to invest our time in learning new platforms and new features. And thank God that we have Veeam to support us here. So yeah.
Yeah. That's, again, super valid points. Thank you for that, Andrey. And thank you, Matt, for the article. We appreciate you giving these updates to our community. So should we move to the third one? That's by Johan. I think it's this one. Yes. Johan is sharing with us another great article from his Data Backup Basics series. I must say this was a really great series. I'm curious how many articles does it have, but yeah, I would just say keep on going. We appreciate all that. All those articles are really good.
Maybe
really
he's
good
writing
learnings.
a book.
Yeah, I think he is probably. So yeah. just keep bringing it on to the hub. But yeah, in this one, he had a few looking at cybersecurity as well, but from different perspectives. So this time he's looking again at cybersecurity threats, specifically ransomware and the psychology behind having hackers targeting your backups. So this is an interesting perspective, I think. There are some solid reasons, he says, like why the bad guys would try and destroy your backups. You know, they will eliminate your recovery options and putting pressure and urgency on the companies, creating a desperation feeling. And this pressure can actually, as per Johan, and I don't think it's just per Johan, I think we're going to agree on that. This pressure can lead organizations to consider paying the ransom to expedite the recovery process, right? And then it kind of undermines trust in backup systems as well, and it increases negotiation leverage. But he says, you know, there are always measures that can be taken. And first and foremost, we should always educate ourselves. We should always educate our employees. How can you do that? Well, there are a bunch of ways on how to do it. Cybersecurity awareness training, security best practices workshops, phishing awareness campaigns, and so many others. He has a complete list in here, and he gives like explanation for each of those. And I think that's really great. And then he says, you know, on the technical side, always use backup for your data. Have a recovery plan, implement specialized ransomware detection softwares, use encryption for your backup data. Again, he has a whole list in here. And then he gives us some backup strategies as well. Maintain redundant backup copies across multiple locations and storage tiers to mitigate the risk of data loss, immutable backup storage, and maintain air-gapped backups. Regular restore and disaster recovery exercises. These are absolutely necessary. And yeah, overall, this is an awesome, really awesome article. What are some takeaways from this, Andrey? What do you think?
I well, I like it, you know, the article, because it's a very structured one. So what I like about it is that Johan made you know, the whole kind of knowledge. He made chapters and he made points, and those are very kind of straight to the point sentences, and they're trying, or they're helping you to understand what this whole cyber security is all about. I like a couple of points from here. One that you mentioned, Madi, as well, about educating personnel. This is really huge part to basically to maintain the cyber resiliency in any organization at this point of time. It just is. Everything starts with a human being, and we all make mistakes. And the way how we can, you know, not make mistakes, we're going to make them, but then we're going to learn, and it's better to simulate, to, you know, to kind of to go through various scenarios where you can make a mistake and to understand what you can do later about it. So I like that companies spend more time and more money, more resources into educating people. That's one thing. The second thing, I believe I like, you know, those different methods. It's not something new. It's not like unique knowledge, no. But I like that it has a structure, and it has, you know, various tactics. For example, you know, he talks about the backups and how important they are, and why cyber criminals attack those backups. Obviously, why. But then, what would be the remedy against those attacks? So he'll like list those. What would be the best backup strategy or backup capabilities helping the backups to stay resilient, or to stay, you know, like to prevent those cyber attacks. So he also names those. I kind of like it, and I think like overall, I would be excited if that's actually the part of the book, and he publishes the book, because I do believe there is no lack of knowledge about cyber security these days. We should invest more time and resources into learning about these topics, because everyone wants to talk about security and everyone wants to be protected these days. So yeah, good article, and probably, I don't know, good start if you're just starting your knowledge, or if you're starting your journey, or kind of keep reading if you're on this journey already.
Yeah, thank you for sharing those opinions with us, Andrey. And now I want to actually ask Johan. We must say that we met Johan a few weeks ago in Germany when we were at the VUG Germany, right? So I want to ask him, Johan, are you writing a book? Let us know, please. Now you made me curious, so I need to know it. But yeah, even if you don't write a book, as I said it at the beginning, just keep on going. We love your articles. Great job in
this
there.
This is a good series. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. All of them are really good. Like, as you were mentioning, they have really good structure. It's easy to follow, and to understand the message that he's trying to send to the reader. So great job in there. But now let's break the rule. We haven't broken the rule in a very long time, so it's time to do it with Deep's article. Well, it's not really an article, it's more like a post. And talking about cybersecurity education, Dips is sharing with us some resources in order for us to be able to stay up to date with all news and trainings and, like in general, resources on cybersecurity that are pretty good. And some of them are like the cybersecurity. The first one, I think, is cybersecurity infrastructure security agency. You can get trained or just get news in the cybersecurity world. And then there's Zero Fox, HelpNet Security, really good resources, all of those. Do you have any favorite, Andrey? Did you know any of these, or do you have any recommendation for our community?
Yeah, obviously I knew some of them. I wouldn't say like all of them, definitely not, but I'm going to, well, I already checked a few. I'm going to check more. I would say, yeah, it's really hard to keep track of all the things that are happening. And obviously you guys, you might have your own like preferred source of news, which is fine. I think that we might need to promote the community aspect for that. And I know we've had a great community over here. It just, I would think that sometimes there might be, it might be helpful to check also some subreddits, for example, related to cybersecurity, because people from all over the world, they post things related to it. And this is one of my favorite places to go to, as well as the sysadmin subreddit. So those things could be valuable. And yeah, if you have like a feed system for you, definitely keep try to add multiple sources. And I'm pretty sure that, whenever something big is going on, everyone is going to talk about it. So essentially you will get a note about it. But yeah, those are good places. And yeah, you just probably let us know if you have many better suggestions. Probably we can ask our community to also share the places that they like and that they want to share.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see in here already the admin, he shared with us some resources as well. And that's what I like about our community, like people are gonna be like discovering like a new website that is interesting and is resourceful, and they're gonna be here and they're gonna share it with the rest of the community. It's just like a central hub where people are coming and sharing, and then you can just go and go over those resources and just pick and choose whatever fits to your needs. And this is a great thing about a community and our Veeam community in general. So yeah, great point. So if you guys have any favorite resources, any favorite websites, and you think that that information can be valuable, just share it with us, as the admin shared it in here, or depending on the product or the industry that you are interested in, just share it with us in a thematic group or Veeam user group. So yeah, that's great. We broke the rule. We had like 3 articles and 1 post. But now it's time for special department news, and Safiya, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, we might break the rules again today. This might be the most special department news in a while. Madi just spoke about sharing in your VUGs, and our VUGs currently are super busy. We have a lot of user group events in the next couple of weeks, so I wanted to highlight some of them. First up will be our Veeam user group in Spain. If we click on the registration page here, there's still time to register. This will be on April 16th in Madrid. And let me put on the translation. So there will be, there's a little bit of Spanish I can read, but so we have a full day of content. Luis the VUG Spain leader, will welcome everyone. We have Alessio and Federica who will give a presentation, as well as Victor on Veeam data platform updates. We have a cast-in update from Jose, and Scality, who is sponsoring the event, also has a session about their work with Veeam, and a themed table game. Madi, you will be attending, so do you know anything about what the themed table game will be?
Yeah, I'm going to be there, and I'm looking forward to be with the Spain community. Yeah, it's gonna just be like networking basically, but it's gonna be more like a Luis surprise.
Okay.
But I know there's gonna be like some sort of questions, and it's gonna be for the people that, like the community members that don't know each other, to have the opportunity to actually engage and discover some things about each other. So that's going to be an interesting exercise. I think we tried, like in other Veeam user groups, we tried more like standard ones, just go for a coffee break, networking, but this is going to be a surprise from Luis, so looking forward
more like
to it.
icebreakers somehow to get people engaged. That would be nice. Well, you have to update us on how it actually goes.
Yeah, absolutely. I will.
There's still time to register. It'll be April 16th. So if you are in Madrid or Spain and you'd like to attend, definitely take a look at the events tab and sign up. The same day actually, just across the ocean, we will have a user group in Houston, and I will be attending that. That will be the first user group in Texas that we've had. It'll be hosted by Jonah and Tom, 2 of our Veeam user group leaders and vanguards. This will be a few hours of networking as well as some content. They will have it actually at an arcade, so that'll be a unique venue. I'm interested to see how that'll go. There's still time to register. It'll be at the Game Preserve, which they describe as kind of a nostalgia arcade. Did you guys play at arcades growing up?
Maybe Andrey, because I don't really play.
You've never really are those arcade venue spaces?
No, I don't really. I'm not huge on that, to be honest. I don't play. And I mean, it's not a big thing in Europe, right? Andrey, is more like a thing in the US. So I would say
it's more of a US thing, 80s, I would say 80s, 90s or something like that. But yeah, we know the concept in Europe, but yeah, in a place where I'm from, that wasn't an option to play. So we were just like, as kids, we were, outside and making the snowballs and playing with those.
That's true, Andrey. I do remember those times.
Well, it'll be fun. I remember playing in some arcades growing up, but we have like the special places that are dedicated to things like this. So I'm excited to attend. Definitely sign up if you're in Texas. Well, Texas is huge, so maybe more if you're in the Houston area. Emily and I will be there, and we will update the community in the next 2 weeks on how the event goes.
Looking forward to hear more on that because that's really special.
The next day, so this is back to back to back user group events. Madalena, you will be here. Now we're going to Finland, so back and forth Europe to America. VUG Finland is hosting their annual event, and this will also be a full day of content. Madalena, you'll actually be presenting at this user group, sharing a
Yes,
little
I
bit
will.
about the community. Any teasers about your presentation?
Well, we're gonna discuss Veeam user groups, and we're gonna make sure like everyone is aware of the community hub, and about all the initiatives that we have at the community. You know, because um, it's the first time when I'm going to meet the community in Finland. So I'm really looking forward to meet our leaders as well, because it's going to be the first time meeting them in person. So Edwin is going to be there. He's going to give a talk as well. So that's going to be pretty exciting as well. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, lots of sponsors and support for this event as well. So Object First, Nutanix, and Arrow will all be present, which is great.
Yeah, I will keep you posted. Hopefully we
We'll
can
just
just
do a lot of posts for each of these events.
Hopefully we
Yeah.
can just do some good posting from there, like a tweeting thing, same as we did from Germany.
Definitely.
Let's see if that's gonna work out, but that would be good.
Madalena, you have a nice activity there scheduled at 6 p.m. called Beer and Sauna.
Beer and Sauna.
Sauna, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm actually
I'm so
looking
jealous about
forward
it.
to that as well. Let's see how that's gonna go.
Yeah, you shouldn't bring any, any ropes with you. No, just
Oh
take
my.
paddles.
That sounds dangerous. But yeah, let's see.
AZ, you could attend. There's still time to sign up.
I mean, I
Maybe
could
you'll
have.
be there for the beer and sauna.
I could crush it. Yeah, let me think about it.
Well, now we have a virtual event. So this is the day before Finland. This will be April 17th. Our UK user group is hosting a almost 2-hour event, various sessions throughout the call. This is Michael Paul, Ian, and Craig, who will be giving presentations throughout, as well as Michael Cade and Corinne, who will also be featuring on this virtual event talking about M365, as well as DevOps. They also have Object First, who will be joining them and giving a little session about their products. Anyone is welcome to join for these virtual events. It's not exclusive to the UK. They're just the host of the event, but you're more than welcome to come. I will be there attending virtually. Madalena, hopefully you can poke in maybe once during the 2 hours. It'll be a longer event for virtual, and AZ, feel free to join in as well. Still time to sign up for this one, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, that's great. A lot of events.
A lot of events.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. So I guess that was the last one, right? The last event. Not that we didn't have a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's great. I love that the community is super engaged and has all this initiative. You know, it's really great. Oh, we are still going with
That's why
special
I
department
said
news.
okay. Yeah, we're at, I think, 40 minutes. So a lot of special department news, but want to give a quick shout out to Marco. He won Blog of the Month for March. We had a special Blog of the Month for World Backup Day, as you all remember. I think over 10 or so. Maddie, was it like 10 articles
14,
that were included?
14, yes.
Articles from the community that were included in this poll. So congratulations, Marco. Thank you, everyone who participated in this month's Blog of the Month competition. It was great. Appreciate all the content.
Marco.
Last special department news related to World Backup Day. Maddie, you and Rick hosted an event with two of our community members, Tyler and Derek, discussing World Backup Day within the community. They shared their stories, and you and Rick gave some context and stories around World Backup Day. So want to let everyone know, if you were not able to catch it live, you can still catch it on YouTube.
Yeah. It was actually a great event, a lot of good engagement from our community, and a lot of a lot of people joined the event on all socials that we shared it. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Okay. So that was the last special
The last.
department news, right? Now let's go for who's new. Let's see what cool names we have for today. Actually, for the week, not for today.
The week. Yes. So we welcomed 43 members in the past week. So welcome everyone to the community. Appreciate you joining. For
Yeah, welcome.
the coolest users of the week, I selected Veeam 507 and Veemages. I don't know if it was like a play on Beam Images, Veemages.
Images. Yeah, it sounds cool though.
For joining. And lastly, we have Alfred's pick of the week. And this goes to Tasty Rats. That is definitely a unique name. I don't know I want to know a bit of the background behind that name, Tasty Rats.
Yeah, let us know where it's coming from, because that's definitely interesting.
Yeah, a bit questionable, but interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, so that's about it. This was actually a long recap, right? Thank you, both of you, Andrey and Safiya, for being with me today. And thank you, everyone, for watching us. And I believe next week, I'm going to be in normal circumstances. Most probably, Rick is going to be back as well. But let's see, we never know. Thank you all and have a great weekend.